guys, I am back and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So recently I was brainstorming about what kind of content I could make because I have more time to film, but I'm not doing as many project pans and so, or like my project pan updates content is less than it used to be. So I wanted to like do videos that I really liked when I was first really getting into YouTube, which was about like 5 years, no more than that. Oh God, I'm 20. I got into YouTube around seventh grade, so that was like 7 or 8 years ago. So like back when I was younger, the kinds of videos that were really nostalgic for me. And so I wanted to start with this one, which I'm sure is very nostalgic for a lot of people who've been on YouTube for a while, which is the NikkiTutorials, The Power of Makeup video. If I can find her original video, I will link it down below. I honestly am not even sure if that video is still live on her channel or not. It was made many, many years ago, but she is such a lovely human being. She just launched a makeup line. I'm not a huge NikkiTutorials fan, but I just, when I saw that little like announcement video, I don't know, it made my heart happy. Like seeing someone like succeed, like who has worked really hard to get there, you know, that just makes you feel good. That is off topic. I am so focused. So today I wanted to sit down and do her little challenge, or tag or whatever you would like to call this kind of video, and um, talk about, you know, other nostalgic things and beauty and makeup and really appreciate the way that makeup can make us feel. So without further ado, I'm going to be hopping straight into this video. So if you cannot tell, my skin is very angry with me right now. Actually, my forehead was angry with me and is now doing better. This is better, unfortunately. But then like my chin and around my mouth is worse. So I'm going to be doing this half of my face, mainly because this area is really red and I over exfoliated and it's like red and scaly and like uncomfortable, which is a lot of really fun words I usually like to use to describe my skin. Um, so I'm going to be doing this half of my face. And I wanted to start with a little bit of just an illuminating primer. This is MAC Strobe Cream. I need to remember in these early steps that I'm only doing half of my face. But anywho's, yes. I think Nikki redid this video not too long ago. Maybe it was like a couple of years ago, and like kind of updated it. And so I don't know, when I was thinking about like nostalgic YouTube videos that I loved watching when I was younger, it like there was these kinds of like tags and challenges and stuff. And then there was like the dorky challenges, like the full face of highlighter. That one would be fun. I just have one highlighter right now, and so it would just be me rubbing. No, I have two highlighters. I could do one highlighter all over my face and then one on my eyes. I'm just gonna take a pump of foundation. But yeah, so that was why I wanted to start with this one and then maybe expand to other types of videos. I believe when Nikki did hers, she talked about kind of not just like the steps she was doing, but why she did them and what kind of how makeup helped her feel more put together. And I feel like that's very applicable to me. I don't know, I've loved makeup for the creative aspect of it. Like I love playing with eyeshadow, but I've also always loved the way it makes me feel more put together. Even just like, what has this been, like 45 seconds of blending in a foundation, and I feel like a lot of the things that I notice when I look at my face, like the redness and maybe like the discoloration. I don't mind my freckles. I know that freckles are like in and out of style, and some people have grown up when they were out of style and maybe like had issues with their own sunspots or whatever. I don't. I am lucky enough to have not had to deal with that. And then I'm just going to take the e.l.f. Camo Concealer under my eyes, chin, cover any spots, stick a little bit on my nose. And concealer is where I've always really like felt the difference. Even when I had like really terrible breakouts, and I'm sure there were times like in high school where I was piling on concealer and it looked like a cakey mess, but I was like, you can't see the fact that it's red anymore. I mean, now I care a little bit less if you can see spots. I've just run out of craps to give on a lot of other things in life, including that. But when I started doing my makeup, the first things I ever did when I started doing makeup, which was in like, I played with it when I was little, but I started wearing it every day in the 7th grade, and it was a little bit of BB cream, some blush, like a pink shimmery like eyeshadow, and a little bit of mascara, and maybe a lip gloss. Like that was my full glam. And I don't know, it made me feel more put together. Putting on my makeup in the morning also made me feel so like grown up, which is silly. I don't know, things that when you're little you feel grown up about. But now I'm just taking a little bit of blush. I really have always enjoyed the way that blush and bronzer and highlight can help me shape my face, because I have like kind of high-ish cheekbones, but I don't know, my face can be very square, and I felt like through using cheek products I've been able to just shape my face. And I'm not even talking about contouring. I don't really contour much anyways, unless I was doing like cheer. Then I would contour a little bit, just because we constantly had people taking our photos and stuff. It was like a sportsy red carpet. But just pulling the blush up kind of, I feel, pulls my face back a little bit. I don't know. I like it. And then there are times where I've applied a lot of blush on the apple of my cheeks and feel like it makes me look happier. That sounds so silly, but you know, it's like kind of lifts your cheek a little bit. Optical illusions are so funny like that. And then powder. The one thing I used to get super self-conscious about was I liked makeup, but I had this like thing where I didn't want people to think that I was wearing makeup because I was self-conscious, because that wasn't it. But also, I don't know, when I first started wearing makeup, a lot of people made stupid comments like, oh, you know, boys won't, like, it's not gonna make boys like you. Like anything could make boys like this. I'm kidding. And I don't know, it was always, it like solidified in my head, like, you can't let anyone think that you're doing this for them. And so I would try and like do like full coverage foundation, but make it natural. And so powder was always something that I used pretty sparingly, because I wanted to set my face but not let it look super powdery. I used to have much drier skin. It's gotten a little bit more oily over the years. And brows are definitely something that I like filling in a little bit. They're not particularly sparse, they're just also not particularly dark, and so they don't show up very well all the time. I used to just take these like big elf pencils and like draw them in pretty heavily. I don't know how much of a look that was. It's hard to tell in pictures sometimes how things look in person. I know I was generally pretty bad about matching my foundation to my face. I mean, this, I think, it's hard to tell because I'm red. I think this matches me okay. It's a little bit light. But anyways, I don't know. Your brows shape your face. They, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. They like give your face structure. They're the window frames of your eyes. Now this is probably the one thing that is exposing me the most. I do like to like very heavily bronze my neck because my face and my neck are generally lighter than like my shoulder. So scandalous. And especially when I'm wearing like a tank top, it's more obvious because I mean, I don't know, aside from my weird tan lines, this looks like it matches better to me. And although the fact that my face is paler than my body when I'm not wearing foundation doesn't really bother me, when I'm wearing makeup, bronzer is a huge help to kind of blend everything in because now my forehead, makeup to no makeup, kind of looks the same. And I've always been very generous with the bronzer all over my face. Makeup goes by so much quicker when you're only doing the one side. We should do this all the time. But yeah, that's I think the one thing that is definitely different about what I'm doing now versus my morning routine in the past, because I had 7 a.m.s in like college, or in like my first year of college, and I woke up and did my makeup every morning. Now, it wasn't the world's most exciting, unique, exploratory makeup look. It was a quick, like, one shade shadow, a little concealer, a lot of bronzer, because that's just me out the door. But it made me feel like I was ready to go to class. It's something that I've always done, even when I've been going through like really difficult times because of other things in life. I always would get up, do a full face. I think there was one time where I had just kind of given up. I was like, screw it, nothing matters anymore. Whatever, I accept my fate, I guess. And I stopped wearing makeup and I stopped brushing my hair and wearing clothes that weren't one of 2 different pairs of jeans and a sweatshirt every day. And I think that was the time where all of my friends were like, okay, Jasmine is going through a time, because it wasn't so much that I looked bad, it was the fact that I was no longer taking care of myself. Makeup is part of how I take care of myself. There was this one video that I filmed last like spring. It's a palette bingo, I think, for my ABH Subculture palette. No, not Subculture. Soft Glam. No. Sultry. It's the Sultry palette. I don't even own the Subculture palette. I don't know why that came out of my head. And at the beginning of the video, I'm just kind of like, hey guys, how's it going? And then I just did my makeup. I didn't talk through it, and then I voice overed it later. And then the outro of the video, I'm so much more bubbly because taking that time to do my face really made a difference for me in my day. And that's kind of how I've always felt. And so even if it's not the world's most creative look, I do love just like taking time to do something really fun. It would be fun to do like a looking back on like my top 5 favorite looks I've ever done kind of video. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that. right now I just have more time to film, but I wasn't like necessarily planning on having more time to film, so it's not like I started a bunch of series or I have more stuff to work with. I just kind of have more time. But if I film more, then I'll wear more makeup to film, and then that'll help my project pans, and I just feel like that'll be good for my overall life of my channel. But also, I like filming. It's fun. I like hanging out with you. I like looking out for all of Carmen's comments on all of my videos, because she's adorable. I also have started playing around with eyeshadow in a way to try and make my eyes look bigger, and I think that that has been really fun, and helped me feel more glamorous. Not that my eyes are particularly small, just that, I don't know, there's something kind of nice that, I know, like, certain trends go in and out. I don't know trends. I actually stopped writing for this one magazine, this like campus magazine that I was a part of, because she kept being like, work in trends. And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. Is project panning a trend? Because that's what I watch on YouTube. And so, I don't know. Or I'm like, is like neon liner a trend? And she's like, well, that was a trend 6 months ago. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. But 'tis okay. What am I doing? I knew I was gonna get distracted and do my other side of my face. This is unprofessional, Jasmine. Get it together. Okay, if my eye's a little bronzy, I apologize. That was a mistake. This is kind of one of my go-to looks, not just with this palette, but like with any palette that happens to have a bronze in it. Bronzy smoky eye. For the win. And, I don't know, I think this color looks nice with my eyes. I always get compliments when I wear this color. Do you guys, okay, I've always had mixed feelings on being like, oh, I always get compliments when I wear this. Because it's like, okay, I do makeup for me, obviously. We have established this because I've said it 400 times in this video. But it's nice having someone be like, you look good today. So sometimes when people compliment me, I won't do it. Like, I'll stop. And then later, I'll start doing it again. And I'll be like, why did I avoid this? Like wearing bright lips. I think I wore like a bright lip like 2 or 3 times. Aside from a red, I wore red on game nights, like 2 football games when I cheered. But I didn't wear like fuchsias or anything to school. And because like I did like twice, and everyone's like, oh my god, I love your lip color. And for some reason, I went, nope. And just like didn't want to wear them anymore, which kind of sucked. I'm just gonna quickly take this Lancome eye pencil, and I'm going to tightline my upper waterline. God, I love a good sturdy brown liner. And then my L'Oreal Voluminous Paradise Base / Paradise. This is the name that I will always struggle with. Mascara is probably the thing that like I appreciate the most. I think I notice the most. And I probably spend like, if like time per square inch of face was a factor, I definitely spend by far the most on my lashes. I mean, to be fair, they are a pretty small area. But like, you saw how quick I did my brows, and this is step 1 of my lashes. Although I don't normally put on my lower lash line. I don't know what I'm doing. I only did half of my face and now my brain forgot how to do makeup. But I don't know. Do you ever notice like if your foundation's a little off but your eyeshadow's pretty, you're like, oh, I have a good makeup day today. If my lashes are a little bit off, I notice it really clearly because I'm kind of annoying. But do you see just the difference when I look straight forward? I don't know, I feel like the mixture of pulling the eyeshadow pretty high up on my lid, like up onto my brow bone almost, plus the mascara makes my eyes look much bigger, and then the inner corner highlight doesn't hurt. This is what I like. And as Tati Westbrook once said, yes, I may be high maintenance, but I'm the one maintaining myself. So it's no one else's problem but me. And then highlight, because I actually do rub this all over my body sometimes because I'm that person. This the extreme glow that was really popular a couple years ago, I still love it. I know it's no longer like the trend, but also I glitter. And you know, as we've said before, we're doing this for ourselves. And I usually do some sort of setting mist if I want my makeup to look really good right then, but I don't care how long it lasts. Like, if we're doing like a game night or something, and the guys are going to be over in like 20 minutes, so I want my makeup to look nice now, but they're only going to be here for like 4 hours, so I don't care about like setting it for super long. I'll use something like this. If it's the morning and I want my face to last for as long as humanly possible, I use like all-nighter or something like that. Then, usually when my face is drying, because I'm impatient, I'll do just the teeniest bit of lipstick. I don't know if it's because I don't drink enough water or because I'm deficient in some other category of my life, but sometimes my lips just get really pale, whether or not I'm wearing foundation. And lipstick is probably like my favorite makeup product. Like, I like playing with eyeshadow, but I could very easily do like have like one eyeshadow palette if I had a bunch of different lips to play with. But like having a lot of different eyeshadows but one lip, I would feel much more restricted, mainly because like, you know, tones. Anyways, focusing. So there's that. Where did my lip gloss go? Did I lose it? Oh no, it's right here. I've just been watching too much of The Good Place and I'm turning into Tawny. And we have a little bit of gloss bomb. To make our lips look big and pouty so we can pretend we're Rihanna. And feel very fancy. So this is my half face of makeup. I feel like I'm still me. I still look like me. I just get to cover up a little bit of the redness that although it is what makes me human, it's not always my favorite. I get to kind of accentuate some of my more favorite features of my face, like my eyes. And I get to, I don't know, play around with products that I just enjoy using, like highlighter or lipstick. Lots of fun. So this was my take on the power of makeup tag, challenge, whatever you want to call it. I don't really remember what its official title was, but it's, it's deserved its place in YouTube history. So I thought I would give it a go. I had fun filming this. I hope you had fun watching it. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. I would love to see you in a future video. And as always, I hope you are having an incredible, awesome, stupendous, marvelous day wherever you are. And that I will see you again very, very soon. Thanks, guys.